This is a sandwich.
Hello and welcome to my next album review. Today we're going to be reviewing Led Zeppelin IV by Led Zeppelin. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now, there's one thing I have to say about this album that I like about it that's different than a lot of other albums that I like. It doesn't really have an orchestral feel to it. It's not really set in stone what the theme is. It's just an overall banger album. Now, I'll be going over each song from each side of this album. So without further ado, I already said that. So let's just get straight into it. Song 1. Number 1. 1. Black Dog. It's a great album, but no, it's a great song. Sorry, I had a brain fart. It's a great song. But, I feel like it's a little too simplistic, but otherwise, it's an absolute banger. Listen to it any time of the day. Jimmy Page has some great guitar on here. Robert Plant has some really good vocals on here. Drum work from John Bonham is pretty good, and John Paul Jones. He's John Paul Jones. Second song, Rock and Roll. Now, this is why I love songs written by every member of a band. Because they all get their chance to shine. And you can hear the influences from each member too. You can, Robert Plant has some really good vocals. Jimmy Page's guitar is really good. John Paul Jones' bass picks it up. And then John Bonham's freaking drums are so good. Especially at the end of the song with that drum solo. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Yeah, those two are great songs to start off with this album. But the third song, it's fine. Battle of Evermore. Now, this one isn't really as much of that hard rock kind of thing that the last two songs are going for, but it's still a good song. It's more describing this fantasy fairy battle thing, kind of the thing Queen was going for later on. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it has some pretty good writing. It's a little too simplistic, I think. And now for the song we've all been waiting for, Stairway to Heaven. Great song overall. It's relatively long, not long enough to be to the point where I'm okay, I might not listen to this. But it's not short enough to the point where it can't be played on the radio. So, yeah, it's the best song of this album, no doubt, but it's overplayed as heck. So, for that, it's kind of annoying a little bit, but it's a great song. Guitar solo, Robert Plant's vocals. Keep switching them around, I don't know why. John Bonham's drums in the later parts. Then, John Paul Jones exists. And he has some pretty good keyboard work on this song. But yeah, best song of this album, one of the greatest songs of all time, period. Now, on to side 2. It starts off with Misty Mountain Hop. It's kind of a goofy song, but it's a banger as well. It's a little weaker than the other ones, but it's pretty groovy, to be honest. I don't really have much to say about it. It's kind of just that song that's there. It's the song of all time. Next song, 4 Sticks. I'm not the biggest fan of this song. It's probably my least favorite song off this album. If you like it, no offense to you, but I do not really enjoy this song. It's boring. Whenever I listen to it, I fall asleep immediately. This just really has nothing going for it. It's too simplistic as well. That's the thing I'm saying about a lot of songs on here. just doesn't have a great songwriting, I feel like. But, yeah. That's all I have to say about that song. Next song, Going to California. A great acoustic song. Not too simplistic, the songwriting makes up for it. The lyrics are deep, it's very relaxing and chill, and it just has overall great songwriting. I just really like his song, where a lot of other people just kind of ignore it. But it's a great song. One of my favorites off the album. Then we've got the last song, When the Levee Breaks. Now, the freaking drums at the beginning of this have been sampled so much. It's insane. But the rest of the song, I feel like it kind of undermines Robert Plant, but in a good way. Every other member gets a big chance to shine, unlike rock and roll, where Robert Plant took a lot of the spotlight. But John Bonham's drum work, as I mentioned earlier, Jimmy Page's guitar, the chord progressions are really good. I really like this song. And it's pretty long as well. It's not as famous as the other ones, but it's still a really good song overall. Then John Paul Jones is still just kind of there. He has some pretty good keyboards on this song too. But yeah. On to my final thoughts about this album. Now, this album, despite the bad things I said about it, is my third favorite album of all time. It is one of the greatest albums of all time. And if you're a fan of rock, this is a mandatory listen. Mandatory, or else I will come to your house and take away your entire family and make sure you cry like a wee, and they'll send you into solitary confinement. Because I'm not having any of this. But yeah. If I had to rate it, I give it a 9 out of 10. It is so good. And yes, I have the vinyl right here. I just don't have the sleeve. I don't just have the sleeve. But yeah. Third favorite album of all time. It is really good. You should definitely listen to it if you're a fan of rock. I'll probably review David Bowie's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars next. But you can comment on the video to suggest a couple more new ones. I'll put up another poll later to ask about a different album I can do. So yeah. See you guys later, and go listen to this album right now, or I'll take away your Xbox. I don't know.
Hey, Bob, stop spitting in my tea. I'll go grab my rifle like it's 773. Let's colonize this land, such a fun thing. Blow a hell through the 90s, called it hunting. When I'm in the gramophone to spit sacks, you see, cheerio, I was like, we made a fine gravity. What the bloody heck, I sweep, shut the door, or else I'll slap you all the way to 774 BC. What on earth is a PC? Wishing you saw sitting under an apple tree. Eureka! Never said Eureka! We'll cool yourself before you head the white boring garment. I report you to Parliament. Give me your taxes, or I'll have to slap your house